Hey folks, Paul here, and thanks for checking out the latest video. This video today is going to be a flight that I took from Seattle, Washington to Detroit, Michigan on Delta Airlines. And so as always, if you like videos about travel, please consider clicking on that subscribe button. And also any feedback that you might have or any comments, those are also greatly welcomed as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the trip report, Seattle to Detroit. Thanks for watching. This flight today from Seattle to Detroit would take about 4 hours and 11 minutes and cover 1,927 miles. Just a reminder, if you like videos about travel, aviation, please go ahead and consider clicking on the subscribe button and also clicking on the bell so you'll be notified when any new videos come out. This is Records Travels. Let's take a trip. So my day started off at the Delta Sky Club, which is always a great place to get a pre-flight snack and drink, and also do a little bit of plane spotting. And on this particular day, I was treated with a little surprise because at the gate next to me, you can see pulling out here, was one of the brand new A220s, which I was really excited about because I'm going to be flying on one of these on an upcoming trip in October. So kind of neat to get a little sneak preview of this really cool new plane and new addition to Delta's fleet. So eventually it became time to head on out to the gate area, and this particular flight was departing out of the B concourse. And one thing just to kind of be aware of here, if you have any flights that depart from the B concourse in Seattle, is that the gate areas are not very big, there's not a lot of seating, and it tends to get very crowded, especially when people are getting ready to board the plane and they start lining up and moving into the corridor where you have passengers for other flights that are passing by at the same time. So for our flight today to Detroit, we're going to be on a Boeing 737-900, and you can see that this particular aircraft has 180 seats, 20 of which are in first class, one of them being my seat, so I was able to board with the first class and Diamond Medallion group.
It doesn't like you.
It doesn't like me. Thank you.
So boarding the plane, you can see that the first class cabin has, on a 737, a 2-2 configuration and 3-3 in economy, even though I don't go that far, you don't see back there. And I'm in seat 3D, which is, you can see here, a very nice, wide, comfortable seat. It already has a pillow and a blanket and a complimentary bottle of Dasani water there. And with 37-inch pitch and 21 inches of width, it's a very nice, comfortable seat. And there's plenty of room for me to get settled in, and I always like to keep my backpack under the seat in front of me so I can access it whenever I need it, and there was plenty of room for that. Very, very easy to get to. Also in the seat, something that I really liked was that you had two very easily accessible power ports. You didn't have to hunt for it under your seat. It was right there in front of you. It was very clearly visible. And you had a nice big 11-inch screen for the in-flight entertainment system, which was fantastic. Very, very nice, very, very beautiful, and very, very clear. So once we had everybody on board, it was time to push away from the gate and get ready for takeoff for the little over 4-hour flight to Detroit, Michigan. As we move towards the runway for takeoff, we passed the newly renovated North Satellite. Alaska Airlines has most of the gates in this terminal, but this is a new addition to the Seattle airport, and if you fly in Alaska, you're likely to go out of one of these gates and get to see this new addition. Okay, so it's time for takeoff. We're going to move to runway 16C and take off to the south. The weather wasn't the greatest. You can see it was pretty cloudy, but nevertheless, it's always nice to get up in the air and be on our way to Detroit. So here we go. So with a flight time of 4 hours, it's good to have some entertainment to help occupy that time. And Delta has a great in-flight entertainment system that includes a wide variety of motion pictures for you to choose from. There's also television series that you can watch. And again, there's a wide variety, and there's just lots and lots of different choices to help occupy your time. You also get live television if so inclined. You can see some of the channels that are available for you to view there. And also there's some audio options if you want to listen to some books or some podcasts. Some of those are in place as well. One of my favorite features in the in-flight entertainment system is actually the flight tracker, which provides you the information on the flight. Tells you the model of the airplane. Again, you can see the 737-900ER, and the flight tracker, which will show you its relative position on the map at any given time and the direction that you're moving. One thing I thought was neat about this flight was that I received an email from Delta about 2 days beforehand that asked me to make my meal selection. And you can see there were two choices that were available for breakfast, and I went ahead and selected the spinach egg bake, which was delivered to my seat during the meal service. And here it is. It was actually really, really good, and it was really nice to know that my meal was going to be there with the selection that I wanted, and it was very good, very tasty, and definitely to my liking. So this flight moving along pretty quickly, just kind of checking in here. We are over Minnesota, making good progress towards Detroit. So a really nice touch that happened was I received a handwritten postcard from the flight crew just thanking me for being a gold medallion customer. And for me it was neat because I've never received something like this, so it was definitely a nice little perk and made me feel like a very valued customer, and I thought that was just kind of a cool, nice thing to get. And then I checked in on the flight map and see that we're over Michigan, and so not much longer to Detroit. We began the descent, and you could see a nicer day in Michigan than what we left in Seattle. There's still some clouds out, but the sun's breaking through, and it's going to be a nice landing. So as we pull in and park at the gate, it's time to wrap this flight up. Again, Detroit is one of Delta's hubs, so it's a very, very busy airport. and it was a really good flight. It went by really, really quick. The food was good, the service was good, it was on time, the seat was comfortable, I was able to watch a movie or two, so it was a very, very good flight, definitely a positive experience. And again, that little postcard from the flight crew really made me feel like special. I thought that was really, really neat, and I was very appreciative of that. So it's on to the next flight, and off we go. Thanks for watching.